I hit the wrong button. Y'all gotta give me a minute. I am super early. I didn't put my lipstick on. I was trying to put the phone up. But if I come off now, then so I got no music to play for you. Well, I think I do have some music to play for you. Hey, I just gotta put my lipstick on. I'm dressed. Somehow putting this phone on the right way. I made myself go live early. I made myself go live early. Y'all can listen to this. That's music made for me, for my show Neighbors, by Tyree Welch and his cousin Sean. I always have camera issues. If y'all know me from the morning walk, I don't know if you see me. Okay. All right. I don't know, y'all. I don't know, but I'll be back. That's the music for our show. Yeah. Ha! Oh, man. 1 minute I go from having it too hard and not. Yeah. Untwist the buns. I'll be right back, y'all. I came up early. I'm not due for another 15 minutes or so, but since I did come on, I just want to finish putting on some lipstick. Get my water. I got my notes. Do I have everything? see. Hey, whew, I hit a wrong button. So I start out early, but I'm still kind of trying to organize y'all. Hope I'm not making anyone dizzy. Okay, you know what I gotta do. It's my theme song, YouTube. The beat was given to me by Tyree. Tyree and his cousin, Sean. Wow. That's why everybody be doing the avatar. Avatar is so centered. This you gotta work with. That's my artwork from when I went to my painting set. I just got finished walking. Okay, do I need anything? Let me just put my... I didn't eat, but I have a pudding. I have a sweet potato pudding, but it's not like any sweet potato pudding that y'all know. Hey, come on in. Nobody's expecting me to be here. I mean, not like I have anyone knows I'm here. Anyway, but hey, come on through. Thank you. You know, if you're mad in love with a drag queen, a transgender woman, I have to... Drag queen is on my mind for a reason. It has to do with today's chat. Okay, anyway, you know what? Let me go and find the song that, okay, that, Tyree and Sean wrote for the show Neighbors, where we teach the basis of chess through music, movement, and song, but that's not what this chat is about. But as I'm talking about where I got my music from, I just want to share with you there's such great they can put the beats together, okay? They can put the beats together. Let me see. All right. Let's see. I have it up loud enough. See, so
each one, teach one, mother and father and daughter and son. We're gonna learn and plus have fun. Yes, indeed, the time has come.
My show. I give myself permission.
Something nice, return the favor. It's all good, we all get along. Clap your hands and sing along to the song. Young people, you ain't gotta do wrong. We can all do right, come on.
In the hood where I used to live, I tremble every night. Boom, boom, gunshots, shooting and fights. Young people shooting, robbing, and killing. It got to the point, so now I thought about chilling. Don't these kids know? Can these folks see that the bad decision cost them a lifetime to pay, affected in a negative way? All
right. That's what the theme song would have been. Me saying, in the hood where I used to live, I tremble every night. That was going to be the theme song. And everybody in our first season said, no, that can't be the theme song to Neighbors. You can go to Neighbors TV chess song. All the episodes are there for 6 seasons. They said, no, we can't do that. That is not going to be the theme song for this show. So then they just all looked at Tyree because Tyree is a rapper, him and Sean, and Sean's brother, R.I.P. And so everybody said no. So since Tyree had been with us like for 2 days, what a great guy. Fly Gear, I didn't go back and check my email yet to see if he responded to me. As far as that link is concerned, my bad, but I'll do it when I get over here. Busy child, busy. So that's Tari. And if you need some beats, you know, let me know. I'll put his link down there. I know I said that last week, but I'm gonna do it this week. Um so let's see. Have we started? Okay. Let's go back. Let's listen to some more of our so I'm sure you could fast forward through this part. I will not be offended. I assure you I will not. No, 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 no. I'm gonna go off camera and take a little snack. I was supposed to eat my snack too before I went live. And I hit the wrong button. Mm. I do a morning walk on my treadmill from 7 to 7:30, just a half hour because for us, that's all we need. We gotta have some kind of movement. I mean, I used to go to the gym and do like an. I used to go to the gym and do like a hour and a half, like every other day. But I don't need all that. I successfully lost weight, got muscles and everything, just from walking on the treadmill. And it's on this page. I just uploaded this morning, so it was a little tight. I stopped at 7:30, but I gotta close up the basement, and I put the dogs out and everything. And then today is my steam day, so I had to jump in the steamer and get a little steam going on before I came up here. But since nobody's expecting me to 10, oh yeah, people gotta be here. Well, you know what I can do since I stopped touching these cameras and stuff a lot? Let me not show my nails. Let me not show my nails, honey. I see these YouTubers people, they be having their nails tight. They be having their nails tight. Ashy hands, honey, is not an issue. I got my shea butter, honey. Every year, like September, I order a big goo glob of shea butter to get us through the winter. And I break it down. Sometimes I break it down with Vaseline, which is the best. And then sometimes I do baby oil. So I'm watching my time. I work for the telephone company as an operator. And at this time now, like to start at 10, start work at 10, you'd be at your station with your cord in hand. You know, you have your whole receiver on, and you have to plug it in like a jack, and you'd be standing there and you'd be looking at There's like clocks all over the place. They all synchronized. And you would stand there and you would watch that clock. You'd watch it. You'd watch it. As soon as it hit 10 o'clock, you would clicking. I mean, the whole office clicking. You hear click, 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 like this huge noise. It was something. Anyway, let me do this. Because I was supposed to. They say it's not good to eat on TV. I know you have MIR stuff, but yeah, my sweet potato pudding is different. Usually sweet potato pudding. Don't start. Or, you know, it was fine until I started. Man, these phones. The old-fashioned sweet potato pudding is you grate the sweet potato. And then you do it almost like candy yam. But what I do is I crumble cornbread. I crumble cornbread. And then I put a layer of candy yams. I only use agave. And then I sprinkle cornbread crumbs again, and then I lay it like that. And that's my sweet potato pudding. But it's almost time for us to click, 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 click. Let me see, y'all. Yeah. Welcome to my show. Yeah. I'm glad for y'all. You know, you never know in life what makes you do certain things. I'll be right back, y'all. Yep. Come on through, y'all. Yeah. Come, let's. The greatest love story ever told. Yep. If I didn't have you guys, I don't think I would have told this love story. It's very strange how things work out. But I figured on YouTube, I would find people who understand exactly what I'm going through, because this video would have a chance to reach more people. Here we go. Yeah, one more time, and then we're gonna talk about the talk about. I got notes, y'all. I got notes. I don't want to miss nothing, because I've been feeling really good. You know, a lot of times you have stuff on your head and you're not aware of it at all. You know? I enjoy a beat. Great lady in the house. Great lady in the house. We're going to stop this now. We're going to stop it now. We're going to stop it. Hey. Yes, yes. Yes, hey, y'all. You probably hear the dogs running up and down the stairs and all kind of stuff, girl. Well, thank y'all for coming back. Thank you for coming and hearing what I think is the greatest love story ever told. I didn't know it it was still with me. But that's why this is called If You're Madly in Love with a Transgender Woman, Tune In. And I start with my story about me, and I'm not being disrespectful to him, R.I.P. Martin. But when me and Martin were together doing stuff, like putting on makeup, um, fake eyelashes, um, him showing me how I should strut on the, catwalk, or how to walk, balance, and we put out, our telephone books on our heads, runway models. Then I could say, girl, girl, girl. But if he was over and my hater sisters were there, my hater brother-in-laws, my hater next door neighbor, um, when the haters were around, he wouldn't let me say girl. He wouldn't respond. And I said, girl, get out of here. He's like, I'm a man, Vicky. And I'd be like, okay, all right. So that's why I go back and forth. I think to make it clear, when I talk about us sharing time together, y'all hear the dog drinking water. Um, when we talk about us sharing times together, then I'll be calling her she. Um, for our personal times. Yeah. I know if she was still alive. I know if that AIDS hadn't gotten hold of her, I know she would have loved the internet. She would have been wealthier than TS Medicine, wealthier than all of them, because my Martin was something else. She was something else, my Martin. So let me look at some of my notes here. You know when something happens to you and you really don't know why? What do they call it? Like suppressed memories and stuff. Um, I have always been drawn to transgender women. Um, Basically, I I would go to the library and rent movies, and that's where I would see them. Um, I had like Martin, Miss Cappy. She wasn't my friend; she was my supervisor, Gertrude Cappy, and I, she was a trans woman. Okay, she knew fashion. I'm talking about Gertrude Cappy. Gertrude Cappy was at least 7 feet, and she used to wear these little 2-inch heels. She used to have, you know how you do like the Jerry curls. She used to have all these little bubbly curls, and she used to walk so hard, so they would be all over her head. And she wore the reddest lipstick ever, the reddest fingernail. But we worked at John Warner Makeup. Let me put that out there. She was the general manager, Miss Cappy. Um, she she had a lot of dents in her face, a lot of craters that I don't see women with. Women don't have those craters. She didn't have a breast. She didn't have a breast. But she never wore the same dress more than twice. She was fashionista. And she had the designers that used to buy for John Wanamaker would come in there and speak to Miss Cappy. And I I just remember one lady that used to come and talk to a lot. And the things you remember, Miss Cappy's sitting down. We're at John Wanamaker. I'm at the switchboard. Miss Cappy's at her desk. I think she's eating lunch. And the lady comes in. She's from France. She was a Holocaust survivor, and she came in, and Miss Cappy uh, didn't like to eat the crust from around her bread. So the lady walks in and she looks at Miss Cappy's plate and she says, "Oh, you're not gonna eat the crust?" Miss Cappy said, "No, nah." Miss Cappy did. Miss Cappy's voice was so deep. She didn't cry. She was like, every time I hear T.S. Madison say, I sound like you're smoking aunt, the aunt that smokes a lot of cigarettes. It's so true. And Miss Cappy did smoke a lot of cigarettes because that was during the time you could smoke in the office. But she had a deep voice. She never tried to lighten it up. And all those curls that bounced all over the place. Every time she walked, these little black long curls, like shoulder length Shirley Temple curls. Miss Cappy. And Miss Cappy said, "No, I don't eat crust." And the Holocaust survivor said to her, "Oh, I'll eat it." Now this woman is like in the mad money. She's in all the fashions and stuff like that. She's a top merchandise buyer at John Wanamaker during that time. We're talking about the 80s, 79, 80, 78. And she said, "Oh no," she said, "there was times we didn't have bread." She went to, and she picked up that bread just to get off Mrs. Cappy's plate and left with it. She said, "No." She said, "Wait till you don't have no bread, and then you understand how important the crust is." So that was Miss Cappy, and she smoked the long. She smoked. She smoked Virginia. Yeah, I knew she was a trans woman. I knew. I didn't care because I would go home and hang out with Martin, so that didn't matter to me. Um, she used to smoke these Virginia Slims that was so long. In her huge hands, they looked like little stick twigs. And the way she would have to pucker her mouth around that little Virginia Slim to get any kind of smoke out of it. I said to myself, Miss Cappy, she's definitely gonna wind up being like the ladies, probably even me too. That smoking, you have these lines in your lips and line stuff. That used to kill me so. Uh, so I was all right being around Miss Cappy. She didn't bother me. I mean, like I said, she was a fashionista. Those little jerry curls used to really make me laugh. And then I'd go home and hang out with Martin. We would do stuff. Now, the reason for I'm doing this chat, and I'm hoping it'll catch on at some point, maybe not. But I know manifesting that it gets to the ears of the right person. And I want you to know that I didn't I didn't know how I felt about Martin until now. When at my age, I'm saying to myself, am I gonna, spend the rest of my life without someone? I'm all, is this what it is? And I said, well, no, not necessarily. And I said, well, myself respond, okay, so what kind of mate do you want? And every box I checked off said a transgender man. Sorry, a transgender woman. And I know exactly what kind of transgender woman. Now, there was a show on TLC. I know this is really bad. I can't think. I'll have it for you on Sunday when I do my next live. was about couples who were married, some for a long time, some not so long, but around my age group. One married couple, they were young in their 20s, and in the relationship, the men are transitioning, and they've always been loyal husbands with their wives. They got children, but inside them, like I tell you, I totally understand it now, being this age, because how I look on the outside and how I feel on the inside are two different things. So I totally relate, and I'm very happy that have looked at Martin and all my experiences with transgender women. Yeah, I when Martin used to say, "Vicky, I am a woman," I said, "I know you are." Just and that's the thing about me. If I did like a man, I'd like the feminine things of him, not the masculine. And I know men say, "Oh, there's nothing feminine about me," but there is, and I see it, so I can fall in love with that side. Um, Man, macho, that has never been my type of man. So that's I'm doing my list, and I'm going down, and I'm asking, well, why do you check it off my box? I want someone to go shopping with. Men don't like to go shopping. I've never been able to tap in that feminine side of a man. They don't do shopping. they don't do it. So I want someone to go shopping with. When me and Martin had our makeup time, it was the most fun ever. Watching him do his makeup, sometimes he would do mine, I would do mine. I didn't do his. His was just so good, but he would show me how to do it. And hours, we had a ball. I'm not a shopper, but as you see, you will see me in gray and stuff. I already told y'all. I ordered in both. I ordered the same color pants, gray, all the time. I just for filming, I know I had to get some turtlenecks and stuff like that are light. So I got like blue, green, stuff like that. But as long until I meet my mate, my transgender woman mate, I will probably be in gray because it's just easier like that. And that's how I think. Martin saw that in me. He saw that in me. He said, "Girl, you got no fashion sense." And he was he was right. So she would take me shopping, and we would try on clothes. Now, I didn't know that. Oh my God. It just came to me now as I'm talking about and going shopping. We would have the best time ever. Martin would stay with my daughter. He would pick out all these clothes for me. I would go in, I would try them on. He would come back, he would see me. Again, that's a different time. He couldn't try on any clothes. So I didn't see him in anything. He would have to buy it, and then we'd go home and do a fashion show. But he couldn't put on women's dresses and go into the ladies' dressing room and stuff like that. So he never got a chance to do that until we got home. He would buy it. Wink, wink, buy it. We get home and shit would just start appearing. I'm like, when did you get that? Well, when did you get that? I thought you said you ain't had no money. I'm thinking before this is over, I'm definitely going to have to give Martin a drag name. Not a drag name, forgive me. It's transgender. That's another thing that came back to me too. I always liked Cat Williams, but I used to say his hair. Like, remember he did that perm? He would just have it come in like that. And I would look at Cat Williams and I'd be like, wow, that it, why is that familiar? It was also familiar. Martin used to wear his hair like that. He didn't wear wigs all the time. Sometimes he'd come get my straightening comb. He's the one that taught me that even if you have a perm, you can still take the straightening comb and tighten up your roots. I didn't know that you could use a hot comb if you had a perm. And Martin said, no, you take the hot comb and you just do the roots. And he showed me how to come around and do the roots. Oh, gosh, we had such a great time. We had such a great time. Just such fun in makeup. In shoes, he would always tell me how my ankles would look. Oh, your ankles would look really nice in this, or your ankles would look really nice in that. And we just had the best time ever. Now I have to tell you, y'all say, oh, what's she going on about this uh, transgender woman? Why is she going on about that? Because it has been, I'm 60 now, I'm 64. When I met Martin, I was like 22, 23. So we're going back 40 years. And just as I'm looking at what I want for a mate, I'm remembering a whole lot of stuff about who I thought in my 20s would be my perfect mate. And that was Martin, my transgender friend, my good Judy, my best good friend, my ride or die, you know? So anyway, so I would use this chat, this YouTube, just in case it comes off someone. I mean, you have a relative. Okay, let me start. If you have a relative, anything like that, that says, I, I'm a transgender woman, but I do like the company of a woman. I'm that woman for you. You were married all these years. You transitioned, and your wife doesn't want to deal with you anymore. I'm the woman for you. I can help you go through your transition. I don't want a transgender woman who knew from way that they were transgender and they went into it, that they didn't do the wife and children thing. I want my mate to be old enough. Yes, I want a transgender woman in her late 60s, 70s. I'll even take 80s, because when I looked at this show on TLC, and those men were the older men who were transitioning in their 60s and 70s, they were almost new. They were born again, if that's possible. I know the Christians have to wrap up on born again, but they were born again. They were fun because everything was new. It was new to them. They were never able to be a woman. It was new for them. I'd love to go and shopping with Martin. We would go arm in arm. It was two girls. We were chilling. I loved it. I did. I loved it. And I loved every time Martin would go and reach in to take my breast. And I was 20, so my breast wasn't hanging. Okay. But he would look at me and he said, you got to adjust the girls. Maybe it was inappropriate. But, and the most fun we had, he used to stuff his bra. stars. Um, he was taking hormones, but it was basically the stage he was at. It was take. He had no facial hair, no body hair. Um, and he told me he used to get his period. Um, so I think that's the stage of hormone he was in. And if you think it costs a lot now, it was way worse then. And then there's even some insurances will do it now for the girls. But back then, um, you see what I'm talking? I'm talking late 70s, early 80s. They didn't do that. They didn't do that. So, but me and Martin go everywhere. I'm not ashamed. And see, this is how things work out. I got a job working with the mentally challenged right after the decentralization when they started closing up the crazy house. Geraldo Rivero did that expose about people in the mental institution. They were sitting in their own office. It was horrible. And then at the state, everybody came down and said, no, you get them out. You put them in the community. And that's how group homes and stuff like that came about. And when I got to working with the mentally challenged, um, I had no problem with it. And I volunteered to go. They had a recreation department that would take volunteers, and I decided to volunteer and go on a few trips. And the director there, uh, she was she was a girl from the Midwest, and they used to tease her. They used to say she got corn in her ears. So uh, she would take the clients out and stuff like that, but she was a little on the scary side. And when I went out with her, I think 2 trips, she hired me as her assistant because my relationship with Martin, I did it because when I used to go out with Martin, Martin used to say, fuck him. Excuse me, but that's what he used to say when we walked down the street. They would be staring at him, because he would have his little heels on. He Martin used to wear, and sometimes he used to wear these vests, and he had a real good chest, like a real good chest. Like I said, he didn't have big boobs because we used to stuff him. So he used to stuff his chest. And I mean, just the smallest waist you ever seen on a whole human being, much less a man. Nice hips, nice little firm butt, and he used to wear almost like the the Catholic Sunday school skirts, the ones with all the pleats. He loved those pleats. Pleats used to be who he could sashay. And me and Martin would go everywhere. And he used to just say, fuck him. It made me think of my favorite movie, and I couldn't understand why it was my favorite movie because I had suppressed my love and my relationship with Martin. And that's why I couldn't understand why I loved Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. I saw that movie to ad nauseum, and it was Corsa. I want to say Champagne. I don't want to call her Champagne. I don't want to insult her memory. She played the trans. She was a trans woman, and then she worked in a nightclub as a drag queen, but she was a transition woman. So I would look at that movie over and over again, transfixed again. I didn't understand. I had just suppressed. I I was 20, like I said, what, 21, 22, 23 when I was with Martin. Now I'm like 45 and I'm looking at Midnight in the Garden, and I forgot all about Martin, but I know I just adore Champagne. I remember what she said. Um, 2 tears in a bucket, motherfucker. I never forgot that. I just love that woman. And again, I don't know where, I didn't know then where my love for transgender women was coming from. I didn't equate it to um, Martin. So um, that's where things that you suppress and you find out he was like my greatest love. But we were friends. So I didn't love him. We did everything together. We were so yes, we could lay in bed together. I did his hair. He did my hair. I did his hair mostly. You know, I could just like part his hair and scratch it. That's that's as much as I can do because I ain't got no fashion sense. You know, that's the most I can do. Um, I could cook, but he could cook too. So he would cook and we would eat together. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I didn't know that. I I'm 20 something. I got a child. I mean, Martin is transgender. There was times when we got real close, and he would say stuff like, "Vicky, if I ever were to be with a woman for the rest of my life, it would be you." And I would say, "Oh my, get out of here, little gay boy! Leave me alone. You just playing with me." And obviously, I felt something too. Now, I I don't want to start crying. I'm a bit of a phony baloney when I think back on it. Martin, I asked him because Martin was also gay. He's gay. And I asked him, you know, did he fall in love with someone at school? How was his first experience? How he got, how did he get going? And it was a family member that raped him and continued to rape him. And I felt, excuse me a minute, and that was just a message for me. And I sat there. He wasn't mad. He wasn't angry. The way he acted, it like opened him up to a whole new world. And I patted his hand, and poor little gay boy, poor little transgender woman. And I was the biggest phonies ever. I didn't share to him that I had my own incestuous situation going on. I didn't tell him that. He bared his soul to me, and I didn't. I didn't. I didn't tell him anything about what I was going. He told me everything. And when he got old enough, you know, he could keep the people off him. But by then he, was already in the men. But the men that he wanted. That's something. But I didn't tell him my truth. So I always feel bad about that. So y'all remember Will and Grace, right? We were getting free Will and Grace from some cyber app thing. And we saw the season before and then the last season. So the season before the last season and the last season of Will and Grace. And somehow Grace dicked Will. It was something with the baby. I can't remember the exact thing right now. It was something with the baby. He was with her, ride or die. Then she like betrayed him. And I had such a vicious, I cried. I was upset. How could she do that to him? That's how women, that's how, women treat gays, that whole LGB community, uh, all alphabets. That's how women uh, treatment. I was so mad at Grace that when we found out that we skipped like 8 seasons, I couldn't go back and look at it because I knew how it ended, and I didn't like what Grace did. But it wasn't Grace that was the problem. It was me. It was me and my relationship and situation with Martin. I never told him my truth. He was raped. So was I, but I never said anything. I said, "Oh, Martin, that must have been horrible for you." Oh, Martin. And I was just as phony. I didn't even tell him my situation. Oh, that never happened to me. Oh, that never happened to me. And I have, like I said, once Will and Grace came up, and whatever she did, I just remember crying. She totally betrayed him, totally stabbed him in his back, and I was inconsolable and couldn't figure out where that was coming from. Why would I have that? Because I kind of felt that that's what I did to Martin in more ways than one. So that was the first time I felt that I betrayed his confidence. So, like I said, going down my list, why at this age I want someone like another thing. Older men do not take care of themselves. Heterosexuals, they don't go to doctors, they don't eat right, like they didn't wear no mask, they don't take vitamins, they don't like to work out. Man. Um, I don't know when women who are now raising men, they're raising them, they're saying, you don't do anything. The woman does it all. Transgender women aren't like that. Transgender women, they're like women. They take vitamins. They take care of themselves. They watch their weight. They watch what they eat. They get the nails done. They get their hair done. They go shopping. They go shopping. They have fun. They love shoes. They love going to buy shoes. I've met men who love shoes, and I say, "Oh, come on, let's go shoe shopping." Nah, I'll pick me up some later. Martin went shoe shopping. Try this on, Vicky. He said, "Oh, this shoe would look so good on your foot. Oh, this shoe would look so good on your foot." So that's what I would want now. So to me, my ideal man, a transgender woman, new to the game, or was married, had kids, and finally decided to live in their truth. The wife said, "I can't do a lesbian relationship," and she booked, and you out there by yourself. I need you to find me. I need you to find me because you ain't gonna be by yourself. I'll go to your appointments with you. And then afterwards we can go get lunch. Go do a little shopping. Maybe pick up a play. I got one guy in my whole life to go see a play with me. And I wound up disliking the play. And believe it or not, he went to 2 plays with me. The first play he didn't like, and the second play I didn't like. But me and Martin, we couldn't go to plays because we couldn't afford it, but we went to the movies. such a good time. And we both liked the movies because we picked the same movies. It was great. That's the mate I want. That's the mate I want for the rest of my life. I don't mind polishing his nails, and he can polish my nails. I have no fashion sense. None. As you'll see. You will know when my transgender woman love is in my life. You will know because she will say to me the first thing, if you go on live again in this grade, we're going to have a situation. Why did you get this? Why did you get this? And all my, uh, all the things I like. All the things. And I am so happy. Thank you for letting me come and talk to you because you don't know what's buried deep down in your heart. I would have never said this. Well, who's your first real love? It would never dawn on me to say my transgender woman best friend ever, Martin. It wouldn't dawn on me to say that. Now, yeah. Because I see. I didn't. Maybe that's why I never even had a relationship to last long. I mean, 10 years relationship at fourth, but like I tell you, I pick out the woman in the man, and that's the part that I fall in love with. But I'm not lesbian. I don't really like women like that. I can't lay down in bed with a woman and hold her like that. Well, I laid in bed with Martin like that. I've tried at times with a good best friend to walk arm in arm, but they don't like it. But me and Martin, we used to lock arms and walk, and that's what I want now. And I know there's a 70-something-year-old man that, even a 60-something-year-old man that said, listen, not only do I feel young and on the inside, but there's this woman inside of me that I want to bring outside. But I still want the companionship of a woman. And I'm that woman for you. Yes, I am. I am out the closet. I understand it now. I totally understand it. I get it. And if I don't find one, then I'm not going to have a mate till I die. And I wish I could take this video and give it to the Nigerian people that constantly are trying to send me pictures of men, big, strong men. They don't know they have a better chance with me if they send me a picture of a transgender woman. A girlfriend. I'm just glad that I came to the realization of what I do want in this life when I'm leaving out. And I know they're out there. I know. Look at Caitlyn Jenner. Yeah. I don't want Caitlyn Jenner, but I want me a Caitlyn Jenner. Caitlyn Jenner wants like a gay man, a young gay man. That's what she wants, you know. But I believe there's a old transitioning transgender woman who wants the love and support of a female friend, and that's me. Did I ever finish that story with? Yeah. Did I ever finish the story with Pam? Um, uh, when I used to, she, like I told you, we went on trips. I went on recreational trip with her, and then she hired me to be her assistant. She was, or is, she's still alive, a lesbian. Yep. And the reason why at times she was strong when she used to take seven mentally challenged who just came out of the mental institution, still drooling and shitting themselves into a fine restaurant. I used to look at her. She used to look like she could crawl on the table, and I didn't, because I used to tell them again from me and Martin. Martin used to say, "Fuck them." Champagne safe from the Garden of Midnight and the Garden of Good and Evil. Evil, two tears in a bucket, motherfucker. So when I started working with the mentally challenged and we would go into places, I would say, listen, we paying, not playing. You have every right to be here like anybody else. And we would go in there and get our seats and sit down. And they just come to me and say, what do they want to eat? And I said, well, I ain't paying for the food, so I ain't answering that question. You got to ask them, they paying. The way the waitresses used to hate me. But that's part of our community integration. They have to learn how to talk to the waitress and order their food. So you may have to take some time. They're going to point to some pictures. But what Pam liked about me was what Martin gave me is he and I could hang out as two girls, not a girl and a transgender woman, just two women laughing, talking, locking arms. If anything, they probably thought that we were lesbians, but was just good friends. And I think an older man that's transitioned or transitioned late in life, and that's what I want. I want a late in life person that has transitioned. I don't want one that had like early on. I don't want a T.S. Madison. I don't want a Hope who I love. Let me tell you something. Hope, she's on the T.S. Madison show. Transgender woman, activist. Oh my God. She touches me every time I see her. She not only is she gorgeous, she's smart. Oh, I love Hope. I love Hope. I also love Miss Sophia, but Miss Sophia is not a transgender woman. She is a drag uh, professional. And she's a drag queen. Uh, but Hope is everything. So whenever Hope comes on, um, I love it. And then uh, T.S. Madison went on to do the Queen's Supreme Court. And she would bring on trans women, gorgeous, not Miley. No, no. I mean, no, no. You clearly they're gay. They want young gay boys. They don't want to have anything to do with a woman, especially an old woman like me, friendship or anything else. But a man who has transitioned late in life, who's basically all he knows is his relationship with women, and since he's transitioned, he can't find that relationship. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I can look at you in the makeup. I have the eye makeup. I can look at you in the blush. We can pick out the different blushes. We can do the foundations. We can. I remember me and Martin. Somewhere I had seen, maybe I was working at Robert Fion's by then, and I came home and I said, Martin, let's do an oatmeal mask. I had some oatmeal. we we cooked it. That was supposed to be warm. We put it on our face. Martin probably knew, but he was just go along with me because we were having such fun. And that's another thing. Transgender women that I know, they had fun because they're just so happy with life, so happy, especially older transgender woman, finally able to live her truth, is happy, and I'm happy, and I think we'll be at the same level. So that's why I do this chat too. I have so much in my notes that I wanted to talk about. I I want to talk about Small's Paradise and the whole 9 yards, but I'm going to leave this here because I've been on for an hour so far. But that's why I'm having this chat, because I know what I want. 64 years old. If I'm going to have any companion, I know exactly what kind of companion I want. And I want a transgender woman, someone who transitioned late in life and wants a real good Judy. Judy, Judy. I'll tell you all about my trip, my bus friend, transgender woman. I'll tell you about the oh yeah, I already told you about my reasons for dating a transgender woman. And you know what? This is another one of those things where it was in my subconscious and I didn't know it was there. Because like I said, I was so young when it was me and Martin that I just, and there was no me and Martin. Not like we laid down and have some. It was just like just like my good best friend. I, I can't tell you. I can still feel his hand in my, because when you're doing somebody's nail, you put your hand under theirs and you do the. I mean, that's how how close and tight we were. You know, I still I used to wash his hair. He washed my hair, and I could still feel him washing my hair because he had these strong hands. He didn't have big hands. Thank goodness, his hands was. He had little hands, a little bigger than mine. I had little hands, and that's another thing I like. Because usually men have these big, grizzly hand. They hold your hand, and your whole hand disappear in their hand. But not Martin. Martin had little hands, just like my hands. It was just so perfect. But when he washed, he scrubbed. I was like, ooh, what? My daughter hated it when he washed her hair. She would cry. So I was like, well, you can't do it here. But he would really scrub my hair. And of course, he would say, when I do, he said, you got to do it harder. You got to get down there. You got to get down there. And I was like, you know what? I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. But it makes you think, like that movie Holiday Heart. When I heard I think T.S. Madison talk about it on her show, I remember the first day I saw Holiday Heart, I couldn't stop crying. I loved Holiday. I could not stop crying. Just the situation she was in hit me so hard, and I couldn't understand why. I was like, what is wrong with you? What's wrong with you? How are you connected to these trans women? And on TV, how are you connected to these transgender women? What is going on with you? I mean, instantly, Holiday Heart, psh, right there. I mean, the whole thing. He just looked good to me. He looked like Miss Cappy. I still didn't make the connection. In the Holiday Heart, remember those dents in his face? That's how Miss Cappy's face was. And I would look at that, and I was like, wow. But I still didn't connect the dots. Forgot all about that. That was back then. Martin was back there. Miss Cappy was back there, didn't put together. If I had known that, I wouldn't have went through these. Okay, I'm not gonna call them all losers, all right. But I would have gotten me a transgender man by now. I would have got him in my 30s. We'd both have closets full of stuff, clothes and stuff. And I know that a lot of transgender men, he may start out as a man in a relationship with a woman, and as he's transitioning, and once he gets his breasts, and he may want to go for his surgery to have his penis removed, he also may go the whole gay way, and I'm ready for that. I'm ready for that. It can go. I just want that part in between where you are becoming more comfortable and being a woman, and you want to more focus on lingerie. You want to focus on clothes and different things like that. We can dress. You can dress me. I have some suggestions about certain things. Other thing, I'm creative in my own way, and I think I would not be ashamed to go with you anywhere. I would. We can go anywhere, and I'd be holding onto your arm, saying, "Fuck them. Don't pay them no attention. And if they come over here, they're gonna get fucked up." And we just go ahead and do what we do. We live our lives in our truth, and that's what my chat is about. I don't have anyone tuning in yet, but I'm hoping that I would, because I got way more stories to tell you. I ain't even skimmed the top of the iceberg of the whole Martin thing. It's a lot. It's a lot. But what I'm sharing with you is the reason why I am doing this, and it's because I do want to mate, and I want my mate to be a transgender woman. I want to grow old together. I want to walk down the street hand in hand. Yes, two old ladies in the pocketbook. Won't nobody know. They'll just think we just two old ladies. That's the beauty of age. Excuse me. That's the beauty of age. Just two old ladies in makeup. Two old ladies that like to go to plays. Two old ladies that like to go out to eat. Two old ladies that like to exercise. Two old ladies like to shop. Yeah, I mean, have a transgender mate, please go shopping. I will have the Mary Kay and everybody, ladies, coming to the house. We go get free makeup, the both of us. What fun! Me and Martin have so much fun, just trying different things. And if you're a man, an older man that's just transitioning, then all this is new to you, and it's great fun. Oof, excuse me, I gotta go with some of these, y'all. I gotta go. I got my whole little sticky pad, see, all my little notes. So I'm gonna cross off the ones that I did talk to you about, and save the ones that I didn't talk to you about for Sunday. I'll come back on Sunday. So that's why the name of this, if you're madly in love with a transgender woman, tune in. Because I am. I know the mate that I want. I know the mate that I want with me before I close my eyes. Before I close my eyes, if I'm the first one to go, I want to look over and I want to see my transgender woman mate perfectly coiffured, beautifully dressed, and I want to look into those eyes and that beautiful face and slowly start the process of separating my matter and energy. So much fun. So many trips we can go on. So many places we can go. I drive. So if you're looking at this and you catch this and you say to yourself, wow, I got an uncle, aunt, a cousin, I don't know, someone I know, and they're lonely. They decided to live in their truths, and all of a sudden the kids don't want to talk to them, this don't want to talk to them, that don't want to talk. Send them over to my page, send them to my live, and let them comment. Y'all hit the like button. I might as well used to say that though nobody's here. Hit the like button, please subscribe. You know, if you have a co-worker, work with a while, and you know that he has transitioned, and he's out there, he's a little lost. He want a little company. He want a girlfriend to road dog with. I'll go through it. Listen. And that's why I do my chat. So that's why I want to change my chat title to The Greatest Love Story Ever. Because I'm a screenplay writer. If I would write up a screenplay about me and Martin, it would be a love story. I was so young, and he was there to teach me, and he took, like I said, she when it's me and her, but when it wasn't just me and her, I had to say he. So that's why I go back and forth. But she taught me how to be a woman. I wasn't a woman. I was like I had no femininity about me. No fashion sense. Still ain't got that. And Martin has all that. And I find that transgender women, they have that. And I want that. And I think it'll be fun. Yeah, my perfect mate is someone who transitioned late in life and want a good Judy to hang out with, to help with the transition, to support. That's me. Okay, please hit the like button. Please hit the like bell. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. Please subscribe so you can hear about my love story, my LGBTQ, because I got a lot more to tell. A lot more. Ain't enough time in this live or next live or the live after that, honey. I have lived. Thank you. Please subscribe. Hit the thumbs up. Please visit Clyde Diva, Clyde Diva 6, Clyde Diva 3, Clyde Diva Consciousness. Please go to Deirdre. She is going to kill me. I said I was going to record myself saying her full name. But just go over to Class Culture, KLASSCULTO, the class with a K. And then you can go from there. She's capital letters, and you can even hashtag it. Class Culture, KLASS Culture. Great, you'll learn a lot. Deirdre teaches a lot. Very entertaining. Clyde, I love Clyde because Clyde is like my best good friend from when I was a child. She could look at you, smile, and in a very smooth and sensual voice, cuss you out. That's why I love Clyde Diva. She, she is so smooth. She is so calm, and she is, you know what she is? She's like a hot knife cutting through butter. Smooth. So give them a go see. Class Culture with Deirdre. Sorry, Deirdre. The last name, but I got the class culture right. And Clyde Diva 3, Clyde Diva 6, Clyde Diva Consciousness. And of course, my page, Inspiration Sensation. And I want to thank y'all because I really feel good. Now I understand why I have these feelings and reactions in dealing with the LGBTQ community. My love for them, my fascination uh, with them. Um, I have wrote many letters and donated towards the cause. Um, freedom. I'm a freedom fighter myself, so you know. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and I'll be back on Sunday at about 10, and we'll go into the next part of if you're madly in love with a transgender woman, please tune in. Thank you. Catch you next time. Please subscribe.